Two of Georgia's most important players had a lot to say last week as the Dogs prepare to kick off fall camp. We heard from Kirby Smart. We heard from Oscar Delp. You can read and watch those clips not only on this YouTube channel, but over on dawgpost.com. Make sure you're checking out everything they had to say. But we also were able to speak with Rayan Wilson, one of Georgia's starting linebackers, and Micah Morris, a veteran offensive lineman who is probably going to win that left guard job this offseason on the offensive line. Both of them had a lot to say that I think Georgia fans are going to be really, really excited about. They're ready to lead this team. They know that they have a chance to have another special season. And I'm going to start with Rayan Wilson. This is a third year player who has played a lot of football. Now he is or could be one of the best players on the team. This is a guy that doesn't really say a lot. However, he did say quite a few things I think Georgia fans will find interesting. But this guy, he's all business. He wants to go out, run, hit, play football. That's what this guy's about. He's been working with Marcus Howard in the offseason. He looks great from a physical standpoint. He's ready to get after it. I think he could be one of the best linebackers in the SEC, maybe across the country. But year 3 for those linebackers, that's when they turn into something special. And I think Rayan Wilson could be in store for a massive, massive 2025 season. Here's a few quotes, what he had to say about the defense, some of the younger players, the culture, the standard. Let's dig into it, okay? So one of the first quotes that I found interesting, someone asked him about Linebacker University, how he feels playing in that group that's recognized like that. And he said, you know, everyone can talk about it. Quote, we're trying to prove that we're still Linebacker University. The best linebacker in college football is gone from last year, Jalen Walker. They still need to be that type of group. I think they're going to be outstanding overall, but they are replacing the best linebacker in college football. Rayan Wilson's out there saying, hey, we still have to prove that we are the best. Someone asked him about Elijah Griffin, the freshman defensive tackle. A lot of hype. I hear it's real. This kid's the real deal. He said Elijah's going to be a dude. He's a young guy that has shown flashes this spring. I've seen a lot of the defensive linemen taking everything in, just getting better and better every day. If you're a Georgia fan, that's exactly what you want to hear. They have to take steps forward on both the offensive and defensive line. And Rayan Wilson's out here saying, hey, these guys are getting better and they're working on their technique too. It's a lot of it's still, you know, making sure these guys know the scheme, but a lot of it's hand placement, technique, trying to do things different from last year so they can take a step forward. He spoke about Kirby bringing that fire and energy in practice. If you walk by the practice fields when they're getting after it, you can hear Kirby Smart from streets ahead. He said Kirby keeps the fire in practice. He brings it. He comes with it every day, so we know we have to bring that fire, energy, and passion to practice as well. We focus on the passion and love for the game, not money. I came here not even talking about money. My focus was on development. That's probably the quote that I think Georgia fans are probably happy to hear the most. This guy's not about money. A lot of players that do sign with Georgia, yes, some of them are getting some solid NIL packages, right? That's the era of college football we're in, but you've got guys like Rayan Wilson saying, hey, I'm not even thinking about that. In the back of my mind, I've got NFL money, but I came to Georgia not talking about money. I came here to play for Coach Schumann, to be developed and be part of Linebacker University, and he's proving that. So when he was asked that question, he kind of blew it off like he had answered it a million times. He said, I'm not here for all that. I'm here to play football for the Georgia Bulldogs. He talked about the love that the linebackers have for each other. He said the linebackers are a family inside of a big family. They're always hanging out, playing games together. Coach Schumann had his linebacker Olympics. They all come to his house. They play different games. It's about camaraderie and being together and being that family. So he spoke about that. He also said creating turnovers is a main focus for us right now. If you force turnovers, you're going to win football games. You win the turnover battle. That's how you win games, and you have to do it week after week after week. And this is a group that, you know, looking back at last year, they still could improve in that area. They can improve everywhere, but they definitely have to create more turnovers if they want to win the last game of the season. That's what it's all about. An SEC championship is something other programs would give a right arm for, but at Georgia, it's cool. It's cool. That's not the standard. The standard is bigger than that, and they know that, and they know that they've got to create more turnovers, giving them an opportunity to win game after game after game. Got to win that turnover battle. Talked a little bit about Oscar Delp. He said Oscar Delp was going hard in the weight room this season. He was going up in weight all summer long. And he talked about Elo Mendoza, the transfer from Army who came in, who's going to play some outside linebacker for him. Coming from West Point, you know how to lead, and Rayan Wilson said that's what he's going to bring to the table. He said he's going to bring an aspect of discipline. We were not as disciplined as we needed to be last year, and he's a guy who can help us with that. So if this is a physically sound, disciplined football team creating turnovers on defense, this is going to be a really, really good team, maybe better than some think. Georgia's number 4 in the country right now. I think that's probably fair because there are a lot of question marks as far as new faces, new guys coming into the program. A lot of snaps are being replaced, so I get all that. But this defense does have the potential, to be one of the best in the country. We also spoke with Micah Morris, an offensive lineman who's been around for a long, long time. He was in that 2021 recruiting class, maybe. Maybe it was the 22nd. Feels like a long time ago. He's been around for a long, long time. Someone asked him about, hey, you could have transferred and played just about anywhere. This is a really good player. He just wasn't as good as Dylan Fairchild. So he could have hit the portal and played for many SEC programs, most programs across the country, and would have started last year. He was asked, why did you stay? He said, quote, "This is my home. This is where I committed to. If you start something, you finish it. This is the school I love, and I am happiest here." So that's probably the quote from Micah Morris that I think Georgia fans are thinking, thank you. That's what we're wanting to hear from our guys, right? It's the loyalty aspect. Guys not jumping ship if they're not playing day one, or if their coach leaves for another job, they immediately hit the portal, right? This is a guy who has waited his turn, and just looking at him, the shoulders keep growing. The dude is massive. He is a big guy who has put the work in the offseason in the weight room. He was one of the biggest 15, 16-year-old kids I ever covered in high school out of Camden County, was always physically gifted. And now that he's been in that strength and conditioning program for multiple years now, you can tell that he is ready to go. He's ready to get after it, and he is physically ready to be an outstanding offensive lineman in the SEC. He said, I've been here for a while, so I can feed into a lot of the younger guys, because they are loaded with young offensive linemen, a lot of young talent. He was asked how it feels to be the leader. And he said, when I was young, the older guys fed into me what I need to do, how I need to improve, and I need to do that for these younger guys. When asked about what they're doing to try to improve in the run game, he said, quote, "Focusing on technique and the little things, hand placement, linebacker location. As a unit, we're making sure that we're 5 people moving as one." So a lot of it is communication. Starts with the center, Drew Bobo, another experienced guy, but Micah Morris has played a lot. So he's not some, young kid being thrown into the fire. He's been around a while. He knows what he's doing. He knows the standard, and he's going to slide into that left guard role unless something crazy happens. But if he's healthy, I expect him to be that guy. And he's just saying right now it's all about communication, getting on the same page. We have capable backs behind us. We have to give them room to run. If we do, they're going to be running around all over the place. So improving the run game, he said, it starts with us. We've got to do our jobs, and we've got to be better. And he, again, focusing on the little things, hand placement, linebacker location, and moving, playing as one. He talked about the young defensive linemen. He said they all got recruited to play here. They're all big-time players. They're taking great strides and have gotten a lot better since the spring, which is, again, exactly what you want to hear. Guys are getting better. They're getting used to this. But fall camp is brutal. It's going to push a lot of these guys, especially the young, talented kids who are eager to play. They've got to show the staff in fall camp that they are up to the task and they are physically, ready to get after it. They're in shape. They know what they're doing, and they're improving day by day. That's what the coaching staff wants to see. And he said, we're just trying to get 1% better every single day. Every day is a new day. Every day is a new challenge. And in fall camp, when you're all together, it's long. It's a grind. It's all about having that focus and that mental toughness to stay with it and keep improving. And he lastly said, we're not looking back on the past. Everyone wants to talk about improvement. He's saying, yeah, we have to improve, but we're not looking behind us. We're looking forward. We're trying to get better and better every day. So these two guys who should be starting, guys who are leaders on this team, they're saying all the right things. There's no doubt about it. They are focused. They're ready. They're locked in, and I think they know that they could be in store for a special season. Thanks for watching. You can read more about this over on dawgpost.com. Hope you learned something. Make sure you're on Dawg Post for the latest coming out of fall camp. We've got some news coming out soon throughout fall practice as we get ready and inch closer and closer to the 2025 season. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. I'll see you over on Dawg Post.